Ladies and gentlemen, take a deep breath and feel the energy in this room. Feel the power that's already inside you, the fire that's been dimmed for too long. Because today we are breaking a pattern that has held too many people, especially women, back for far too long. Stop being nice to men. Now, I know that might sound harsh at first. Some of you are feeling resistance, like, but I was raised to be kind, to be polite, to be accommodating. And that's exactly the problem. For generations, women have been conditioned to prioritize everyone else's feelings over their own, to smile when they don't feel like it, to say yes when they want to say no, to excuse behavior that is unacceptable. And let me tell you right now, those days are over. Being nice has been mistaken for being weak, for being a doormat, for tolerating things that you should never allow in your life. Being nice has kept you in relationships that drain you, in jobs that undervalue you, and friendships that take but never give. And let's be real, how often has being nice truly gotten you what you want? How often has it led to deep respect, true admiration, or life-changing success? Being kind, being strong, being powerful, those things will take you places. But being nice just for the sake of making others comfortable, that will keep you stuck. Let's talk about the relationships in your life. How many times have you let a man get away with bare minimum effort just because you didn't want to seem demanding? How many times have you ignored red flags because you didn't want to cause drama? How many times have you put your own needs last because you didn't want to seem difficult? Wake up. This is not about hating men. It's about loving yourself more. It's about understanding your value so deeply that you will never again shrink yourself to make someone else feel comfortable. It's about holding people to the standard of effort, respect, and care that you give so freely. If a man cannot meet you at your level, stop lowering yours. If he cannot communicate, stop chasing him for answers. If he cannot show up for you consistently, stop giving him unlimited access to your time and energy. You set the standard for how people treat you. Read that again. You train the world on what is acceptable in your presence. And if you keep excusing bad behavior, if you keep forgiving without accountability, if you keep being nice instead of being real, then you will keep getting the same results. And let's take this beyond relationships. This applies in your career, your friendships, your family. Stop over-explaining. Stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop saying yes when you really mean no. Start setting boundaries and enforcing them with the kind of confidence that says, I am not here to be walked over. The world does not reward people who play small. It rewards those who stand tall, who own their power, who refuse to accept less than they deserve. You were not put on this earth to be liked by everyone.
Well done.
You were put here to live fully, boldly, and unapologetically. And that starts the moment you stop caring more about making others comfortable than about making yourself happy. So today, make a decision. Make a commitment to yourself. Stop being nice to men in the way that robs you of your strength. Be powerful, be clear, be someone who commands respect, not just attention. The right people, the ones who truly see your worth, will rise to meet you. And the ones who don't, they were never meant to stand beside you in the first place. Now go out there and own your power. Self-worth is the foundation of everything in your life. Your relationships, your career, your happiness, your success. It determines how you allow others to treat you, how you see yourself, and ultimately the life you build. And if you do not recognize your worth, you will keep giving people discount. You will keep settling for less than you deserve. You will keep tolerating behavior that drains you instead of uplifts you. That is why you need to stop being nice to men in a way that sacrifices your self-worth. For too long, women have been conditioned to believe that their value is tied to how well they can please others, especially men. That their worth is measured by how much they give, how much they forgive, how much they endure, that if they are accommodating enough, patient enough, understanding enough, they will finally be chosen, appreciated, and loved the way they deserve. But let me tell you something. Real love, real respect, real admiration do not come from how much you shrink yourself to fit into someone else's expectations. They come from how much you honor yourself, how much you demand the best, how much you refuse to settle for mediocrity. Think about the times you have put someone else's comfort over your own needs. The times you said yes when you really wanted to say no. The times you allowed yourself to be disrespected but let it slide because you didn't want to make a scene. The times you over-explained, over-apologized, overcompensated for someone who gave you nothing in return. That is not kindness. That is self-abandonment. And the longer you keep betraying yourself in the name of being nice, the harder it will be to reclaim your power. Men who truly respect you, who truly value you, will never expect you to diminish your self-worth just to keep them comfortable. The ones who do, the ones who take your kindness for granted, who only show up when it's convenient for them, who make you feel like you are too much for wanting basic decency, those men do not deserve you. And yet so many women waste years trying to prove their worth to people who are never even worthy of their time. Stop auditioning for people who should already see your greatness. Stop bending over backward to earn the bare minimum. Stop thinking that if you just give a little more, wait a little longer, or stay a little quieter, things will change. Because they won't. The only thing that changes is you. You become more exhausted, more resentful, more disconnected from the confident, radiant person you were meant to be. Self-worth means walking away when you are not valued. It means setting boundaries and refusing to negotiate them. It means realizing that being alone is far better than being in the wrong company. It means understanding that your value does not decrease just because someone else fails to recognize it. When you own your worth, you do not settle, you do not chase, you do not tolerate breadcrumbs when you deserve the whole meal. You do not let the fear of being too much stop you from asking for what you truly deserve. Because the truth is, you are not too much. You are exactly enough for the right person, the right opportunities, the right life that is waiting for you. The moment you stop being nice in a way that compromises your self-worth, everything changes. You start attracting people who respect you, jobs that fulfill you, relationships that nourish you. You start walking with confidence, speaking with conviction, making choices that align with the powerful person you are becoming. You stop wasting time proving yourself to those who were never meant to be in your life. And most importantly, you start living for yourself, not for the approval of men who never deserved your kindness in the first place. Your worth is not up for debate. It is not determined by anyone else's validation. It is not something you have to earn. It is something you already have. The only question is, when will you finally start acting like it? Boundaries are not just about saying no. They are about valuing yourself enough to enforce standards in your life. They define what is acceptable and what is not, and they protect your energy, time, and emotional well-being. The reason so many women struggle with boundaries is that they've been taught that setting limits makes them difficult, unkind, or even unlovable. But the truth is, the only people who get upset about your boundaries are the ones who benefited from you not having any. That is why it is time to stop being nice to men in a way that compromises your boundaries. Being nice should not mean tolerating disrespect. It should not mean allowing people to walk all over you because you are afraid of confrontation. Too many women say yes when they mean no, agree to things they do not want to do, and allow behaviors that make them uncomfortable just to avoid seeming rude or mean. But let me ask you, how often has being overly accommodating brought you happiness? How often has bending over backward for others led to genuine appreciation? More often than not, it only leads to resentment, exhaustion, and the realization that the more you give without limits, the more people expect. The men in your life, whether they are romantic partners, colleagues, friends, or family, need to understand that you are not available for anything that drains or disrespects you. If a man does not listen to you, he does not deserve your time. If a man cannot respect your boundaries, he does not deserve access to you. If a man only values you when you are pleasing him, but disappears the moment you enforce a limit, he was never truly valuing you in the first place. Stop being nice in a way that allows others to take advantage of you. One of the biggest lies women have been told is that setting boundaries will push people away. But here's the truth. Boundaries do not push the right people away. They filter out the wrong ones. The men who cannot handle your boundaries are the ones who were never meant to be in your life. The ones who only liked you when you were easygoing, always available, and endlessly patient were never truly seeing you as an equal. The right men, the ones who truly respect you, will honor your boundaries because they understand that a woman with self-respect is not a threat. She is an inspiration. Boundaries are not just about keeping the wrong people out. They are also about protecting your energy for the right things. When you stop allowing yourself to be drained by people who take more than they give, you create space for relationships that uplift you. You start attracting men who respect your time, who communicate clearly, who appreciate the effort you bring to the table instead of expecting it without reciprocation. You begin to move through life with a confidence that says, I am not here to prove my worth. I already know it. But let's be clear, setting boundaries is not just about saying the words. It is about enforcing them. It is about following through when someone crosses a line. It is about showing people that your standards are not suggestions, they are non-negotiable. If you say you won't tolerate disrespect, but you keep forgiving it, then you are teaching people that your words mean nothing. If you say you need effort, but you continue accepting inconsistency, then you are showing that your standards are flexible. Boundaries are only as strong as your willingness to uphold them. You are not responsible for how others feel about your boundaries. You are only responsible for protecting your peace. And the sooner you realize that being too nice often leads to being undervalued, the sooner you will step into the life you truly deserve. The men who matter will rise to meet your standards. The ones who don't will fall away, and that is a blessing. Your boundaries are not a burden. They are your power. Use them. Empowerment is about stepping into your own strength, reclaiming your voice, and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. It is about recognizing that you are not here to make yourself small so that others can feel big. Too often, women are told that being nice is the key to being loved, accepted, or respected. But being nice at the cost of your own happiness is not empowerment. It is self-betrayal. That is why you need to stop being nice to men in a way that diminishes your power. Real empowerment starts with realizing that you do not need validation from men to be whole. It means knowing your worth without waiting for someone else to recognize it. How many times have you over-explained yourself, hoping to be understood? How many times have you softened your words to avoid making a man uncomfortable? How many times have you held back your opinions, your desires, your truth, because you are afraid of being seen as too much? Every time you do this, you give away a piece of your power. You send the message that your feelings, your thoughts, and your needs are secondary, but they are not. They are just as important as anyone else's, if not more, because they are yours. Empowerment means standing firm in who you are, even when it makes others uncomfortable. It means saying no without guilt, walking away without fear, and setting standards without apology. It means not lowering yourself to accommodate someone else's lack of effort. Too many women waste time trying to fix men, trying to change them, trying to prove their worth to men who were never worthy in the first place. Stop giving endless chances to people who do not deserve them. Stop believing that if you just love him harder, he will finally see your value. A man who truly respects you will never need to be convinced of your worth. Empowerment also means taking control of your own life. It means not waiting for a man to choose you, validate you, or save you. You are not here to be someone's emotional caretaker, someone's backup plan, or someone's second choice. You are here to build a life that excites you, a life that fulfills you, with or without a man by your side. When you stop seeking approval from men, you will realize how powerful you truly are. You will start making decisions based on what you want, not what you think will make you more likable. You will start walking into rooms with confidence, knowing you belong there without needing anyone's permission. Empowerment is about action, not just words. It is about proving to yourself, day after day, that you are capable, strong, and deserving of respect. It is about surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, rather than those who drain you. It is about taking up space, using your voice, and refusing to let anyone dull your shine. When you stop being nice to men in a way that compromises your power, you start attracting people who respect you, not just for what you do for them, but for who you are. Do not let the fear of being too much hold you back. Do not let the need to be liked keep you from speaking your truth. Do not let outdated expectations keep you in a box that was never meant for you. You were not born to be agreeable. You were born to be bold. You were not meant to shrink. You were meant to shine. Empowerment is not about being liked. It is about being respected. And respect starts the moment you decide that your worth is non-negotiable. Stop being nice in a way that costs you your power. Start showing up for yourself the way you have always shown up for others. The world does not need you to be nice. It needs you to be powerful. Confidence is the key to breaking free from the cycle of being too nice to men at the expense of your own happiness. Confidence is not arrogance, nor is it about being rude or dismissive. It is about standing firm in your worth and refusing to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. It is about walking into a room knowing you belong there, speaking with authority because you believe in what you are saying, and making decisions that serve you instead of seeking approval from others. That is why you need to stop being nice to men in a way that undermines your confidence. Too many women have been conditioned to believe that being likable is more important than being respected. Why? They are taught to smile, to be agreeable, to avoid confrontation, to soften their words so they do not come across as intimidating. But confidence is not about making everyone comfortable. It is about making yourself unstoppable. If you constantly hold back your true thoughts, if you say yes when you mean no, if you accept behavior that does not align with your standards, you are not being kind. You are betraying yourself. And self-betrayal is the fastest way to destroy confidence. Confidence is built when you trust yourself enough to honor your own needs and desires. It is built when you stop over-explaining, when you stop apologizing for things that require no apology, when you stop seeking external validation. A confident woman does not beg for attention, she commands it. She does not tolerate disrespect, she walks away from it to figure out what she needs. She does not tolerate disrespect, she walks away from. She does not chase after men who show inconsistency. She raises her standards and lets the right people step up to meet them. Confidence is knowing that you are enough exactly as you are, and you do not need to prove your worth to anyone. Think about how often you have second-guessed yourself because you were afraid of being perceived as too demanding or too difficult. How many times have you let things slide because you didn't want to cause drama? How often have you settled for less because you didn't want to seem ungrateful? This is what happens when confidence is lacking. You tolerate things that should be unacceptable, you stay silent when you should speak up, and you allow others to dictate your worth instead of defining it for yourself. The truth is, the moment you stop prioritizing being nice over being confident, everything changes. A confident woman does not allow herself to be manipulated by guilt. She does not let people use her kindness as a weapon against her. She understands that being kind and being a pushover are not the same thing. There is nothing wrong with being compassionate, but there is a big difference between kindness and self-sacrifice. Too many women give endlessly in the hopes that one day it will be reciprocated. But confidence means understanding that your energy is valuable, and you do not owe it to anyone who has not earned it. Confidence also means embracing rejection and knowing it does not define you. Not every man will be able to handle a woman who knows her worth. That is okay. The goal is not to be liked by everyone. The goal is to live in alignment with your values and attract those who truly respect and appreciate you. The right people will admire your strength while the wrong ones will be intimidated by it. But that is not your problem. Confidence means refusing to dim your light just to make others feel comfortable. The more you step into your confidence, the more you will realize that you do not need to be nice in a way that minimizes your power. You do not need to lower your standards to be accepted. You do not need to tolerate mediocrity to be loved. Confidence means showing up as your full, unapologetic self and knowing that the people who truly matter will respect you for it. Stop being nice to men in a way that costs you your confidence. Start being bold, decisive, and self-assured, because the world belongs to those who know their worth and refuse to settle for anything less. Respect is not something you ask for. It is something you demand through your actions, your standards, and the way you carry yourself. Too many women believe that if they are nice enough, patient enough, or understanding enough, men will respect them. But respect does not come from being accommodating to the point of self-sacrifice. It comes from showing people that you value yourself enough to walk away from anything that does not honor you. That is why you need to stop being nice to men in a way that allows them to take you for granted. Respect starts with how you treat yourself. If you constantly put yourself last, if you allow men to cross your boundaries without consequences, if you tolerate disrespect in the name of keeping the peace, you are teaching them that they do not have to respect you because you do not respect yourself. Men do not respect women who let them get away with anything. They respect women who stand firm in their expectations and do not tolerate less than they deserve. How many times have you allowed a man to come in and out of your life on his terms? How many times have you excused bad behavior because you didn't want to seem difficult? How many times have you kept quiet about something that bothered you because you didn't want to push him away? Every time you do this, you send the message that your feelings, your standards, and your needs are negotiable, but they are not. Respect means refusing to settle for bare minimum effort. It means not giving someone unlimited access to you when they have done nothing to earn it. A woman who respects herself does not wait around for a man to change. She does not waste her time hoping he will finally see her worth. She does not beg for attention, commitment, or basic decency. She expects it, and if it is not given, she walks away. Too many women give chance after chance to men who repeatedly show them that they are not willing to step up. But a man who does not respect you the first time will not suddenly wake up one day and start treating you differently. The longer you tolerate disrespect, the more you reinforce the idea that it is acceptable. Respect also means setting clear boundaries and enforcing them without fear. It is not enough to say what you will and will not tolerate. You have to back it up with action. If you say you will not accept inconsistent behavior, but you continue responding to late-night texts and last-minute plans, you are showing that your words mean nothing. If you say you deserve commitment, but you stay in a situation where a man refuses to give it to you, you are teaching him that he does not need to respect your expectations. Respect is about aligning your actions with your standards and refusing to bend for anyone who refuses to meet them. Another key part of respect is understanding that rejection is not a reflection of your worth. Too many women lower their standards because they are afraid of being alone. But there is nothing lonelier than being in a relationship where you are not valued. A man who respects you will step up, not make you chase him. He will put in effort, not make you feel like you are asking for too much. And if he does not, then he is not the right man for you. The right man will respect your standards, your boundaries, and your value without question. The moment you stop being nice in a way that sacrifices your self-respect, you will notice a shift in how people treat you. You will start attracting men who recognize your worth, and you will no longer tolerate those who do not. You will stop explaining yourself to those who refuse to listen, and you will start walking away from situations that drain your energy. You do not need to prove your value to anyone. You simply need to show up as your best self and refuse to settle for anything less than what you deserve. That is how you earn respect, not just from men, but from yourself.